Hi, my name's Ashley, and I'm an alcoholic and an addict. So I guess I'll start at kind of where I was before with forgiveness. I had some things happen in my life, and I was very angry and kind of vengeful. Just like felt like the world owed me something. I don't really know how to describe it. I felt very victimized, which caused me to hurt other people. I was spiteful. I was mean in some circumstances a lot of the time. And in my addiction, it obviously amplified all of that and the selfishness and all of that kind of thing. I had a lot of shame and guilt and for my behavior. And I really I didn't have God in my life. I relied on myself. I was angry. I held people accountable for everything that they did to me. And I didn't take accountability for any of my own actions. And I just got when I started coming into program and started to have a relationship with God, and I did the steps through LifeLab. And then I had so much anger towards myself, and I needed to, there was a block. I was not able to forgive others because there was such a block. There was such a block of all of the things that I had done, and all of the selfishness and all of the self-pity and all of those things. There was a block that I wasn't able to forgive other people because I hadn't come to God with those, the things that I had done. So those were a heavy weight for me. And once I did the steps and I shared with God and another person all of the wrongdoings that I had done in my life, that cleared the way for me to be able to forgive other people. But until I was able to look at my own part, I was not able to forgive others, and I wasn't able to forgive myself. And And as a believer, I'm called to forgive, just as Jesus has forgiven me. And I had an epiphany last night. I was reading the Bible, and I kind of had an epiphany that as soon as I became willing to be forgiven and to take all those things to God, that's when I was really truly able to forgive other people. There were some things that I thought, I'm never going to forgive for that. I'm going to hold on to that for the rest of my life. I'm never going to tell anybody about that. And then I've actually gotten to a place where I've been able to forgive that person. And I never thought it would happen. My children's father was a big resentment that I had, and I wasn't willing to forgive him. And there was a restraining order and yada, yada, yada. And I was never going to have to talk to him again. So I was I'm never going to forgive him. This person is never going to be a part of my life ever again. I don't have to do it. And then when I started coming here, when I did the steps, God put it in my heart that one day I was going to be able to apologize to him. And I thought it was him that needed to apologize to me. And I didn't know how God was going to make that opportunity happen. And in the last week, that restraining order has been removed by some miraculous, that's God working, in my life and in my kids' lives. And I'm actually able to speak to him like an old friend. And it's really, honestly, it's changed my life. It's changed how I view things. It's changed my children's lives. They've been able to forgive because I've been able to show them forgiveness. And it's just like the example that I've been able to set for them. And yeah, it's just crazy what God has done in my life. And it's insanity. And I never thought that I would be able to say that. And I never thought that I would be able to stand beside this person and like give him a hug and like have genuine care about how his well-being and my well-being, and keeping it like, yeah, it's just like talking to an old friend. And it's just been a really beautiful process. And I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, and I've been able to forgive myself for the things that I did to him too. And I didn't think that I was going to be able to do that. And that's been such a blessing. And I really want to read Psalm 32, if that's okay with you guys, because I'm very just in a weird mood today and I don't know how long I can talk for. So I'm going to read Psalm 32. Blessed is he whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. Blessed is the man whose sin the Lord does not count against him, and in whose spirit is no deceit. When I kept silent, my bones wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me. My strength was sapped, as in the heart of summer. Then I acknowledged my sin to you and did not cover up my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. Therefore, let everyone who is godly pray to you, while you may be found. Surely when the mighty waters rise, they will not reach him. You are my hiding place. You will protect me from trouble and surround me with songs of deliverance. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you and watch over you. Do not be like the horse or the mule, which have no understanding, but must be controlled by bit and bridle, or they will not come to you. Many are the woes of the wicked, but the Lord's unfailing love surrounds the man who trusts in him. Rejoice in the Lord and be glad, you righteous. Sing, all who are upright in heart. So yeah, I wanted to read that because it just really stuck out to me. And like God's unfailing love is greater than I could ever understand. And I didn't have any understanding of that before recovery. And now in recovery, like his grace is just far beyond my imagination. And I don't understand it. And I don't need to understand it, but I need to keep coming to him. And I need to keep being willing to admit when I'm wrong and like ask for forgiveness, because I'm a human being, and yeah, I'm not perfect, and I'm still going to have things that happen in my life that I've done wrong. Every day there's things, and as long as I keep turning to him and have a connection to him, I'm able to see those things a lot easier than I was before. I'm able to stop blaming everybody else in my life and start taking accountability for my stuff and clean up my side of the street. So yeah, I'm a lot quicker today to see these things, and I'm grateful for my relationship with God and just a community that's loved me and loved me into betterness. I don't know how to explain it or the right words to find, but yeah, God's grace has just been amazing. And